what is up? Welcome back to another episode. Welcome to our podcast, Laughs and Troubles. I am the host, Johanna Rios, aka Trouble, and this is my sister, my co-host,
Diana Rios Sheldon.
That's right.
My full legal name.
She gave you the whole name. She ain't playing. So how was your weekend? Because mine was amazing, actually.
Okay, well, tell me about yours, because I got dementia and I'm trying to remember what my weekend was like.
So I'm just happy because I got my account back. Remember how last episode I talked about how I lost my Facebook and everything like that? And
yes.
I pretty much had made a whole other account just to like make up and try to get my followers back, but I got it back. It was a bitch to get back. Honestly, it's sad that Meta makes things so hard.
Yeah.
When
you can't just call and speak to somebody
and
be
call and
like,
speak to someone.
Yeah.
You can't chat with anyone unless your account is verified. If you're verified or if you have more than 1,000 followers, then you're able to write to them. Other than that,
Zuckerberg made you sweat. You were so
stressed. Girl, for like a whole week and
all
some
that
change.
content, all that hard work, you never thought you were getting that back.
No. Nope, I didn't. I was like, I'm done. Yeah. I was like, I'm just gonna cry. No.
I was
so upset. I wanted to cry, actually.
I know how you feel about them not responding because the VR is through Meta.
Yeah.
And we had gotten hacked and I was contacting them and they just kept putting me for like those chat sessions, like with a robot or when AI.
Well,
chat.
see, they didn't give me the chat session. I would have at least appreciated that.
Oh.
Or they just kept giving me like what they recommend. Like, okay, well, if you're hacked, do this and this and that.
Yeah, read this article.
You can report it. You can do but you can't write to anybody. It was so annoying.
Right, and then they're like, was this helpful? No.
Yes. Yeah, they do that, and I kept saying no, and it's like, tell us why. And I'm just like,
that's annoying, but I'm glad you had it back.
Yeah, I did. I like watched a shit ton of videos, and I kept trying everything that people were saying. I did everything, and eventually I got something to work, so I'm just happy that it worked out. How was your weekend?
My weekend was busy. I mean, I worked long, not quite a double, but like 10 hours on Saturday at the grooming salon and my side business, the pet sitting, Peace of Mind Pet Sitting.
Okay.
Sunday was pretty much a quiet day. I did go to a friend's house, Bobby's, to groom her dog.
Oh, okay.
She's an elderly dog.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't have anything exciting.
No.
You know.
Yeah, me either. I didn't do anything. I mean, we did go for a ride and stuff like that, and I've been apartment searching, so I've been just looking around, going to like, what is it, open houses or whatever that they do.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'm in the process of trying to find somewhere. We definitely need something bigger. I need a basement.
Yeah, you guys have outgrown your space.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I don't know if you heard, but Gypsy Rose did a podcast. She was on a podcast recently.
Oh, what'd she have to say?
So she was on it, and so was Ken.
Ken was with her? Okay.
And pretty much, they just asked some questions about everything. You know, they brought up Ryan. They brought up, like, all that stuff. And so
Did you watch it?
I did.
Did she appear to be happy with Ken?
She seemed fine. She did, you know, most times when they do interviews, she does a shit ton of talking, as always.
She actually is pretty brilliant, like smart the way she talks.
She is, because she was taught by her mom of how to fib and sound very like professional, where it's so believable.
Yeah.
Like that girl can sell you ketchup with white gloves on.
Yeah. No.
And people would buy it.
I know exactly what you mean.
You know?
That's what I mean.
And so she was talking about like her and Ryan, because that popped up, and she was just like that she didn't get with Ken till after her after she filed for divorce, which was a lie.
Because we watched the show.
We watched the show, Gypsy, and you clearly told Ryan that you were gonna file for divorce, and then in 6 months you were gonna be with Ken, but that didn't happen. 6 months didn't go by. You were already pregnant 2 weeks later after you left.
Well, I mean, you left Ryan to go to your parents' house, but like that same week or weekend,
they got tattoos and shit.
You guys went to, where was it that
New
they
Orleans?
went to? Yeah, I think so. Right?
I forgot where, but they did go somewhere together. They got matching tattoos and all that shit.
That was not after the
No,
fact.
no, it was
Yeah.
not months later either.
Mm-mm.
I just feel like she feels the need to lie all the time because that's what she was used to.
Hold up. If you're claiming it was months later, then that's Ryan's baby. Because if you go back to the
Yeah,
timeline of when you
yeah.
got pregnant
Mm-hmm.
and you're supposedly not with Ken till months later, like it
Mm-hmm.
makes no sense. I'm
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
So a lot of people were in the comments like going ham, like, "Oh, she just lied." Like people are like, I caught her in 3 lies. The only lie I caught her in was that one. I don't know about all the other lies. I mean, I don't got that much time on my hands. But girl, there's no need to lie. Like,
Right.
fuck what people have to say. Just be like, yes, I, left him. I didn't feel anything for him because she did say that. In other words, like Ryan was her like the what is not the back burner, but
Rebound.
the rebound kind of for her, and she thought that eventually it would turn into like her. But when they finally got together, that those sparks, that connection wasn't there. So I understand that because she got married in jail, and she probably was like hoping like maybe she did it like what, I moved on and can.
But that's kind of messed up because like marriage is supposed to be for real. Marriage is supposed to be sacred. You're not supposed to marry somebody because he's a rebound that you're hoping that you're gonna love.
100%.
You know what I mean?
And it's still fucked up. I'm not condoning what she did while because she did.
Dated him for like 2 years. While
She
was in
had
prison.
sex. She fucked another man while she was still married.
Right.
And she got pregnant while still married by another man. So at the end of the day, that is wrong. And I don't think, I'm not going to sit there and say, but, the heart is going to do what the heart does, and it's going to feel what it feels. Like if
I
she
get that.
Like she probably thought she was going to come out and everything was going to be great, but
No, she was just upset because Ken wasn't contacting her, and the second he did, all of a sudden, it was like
and it wasn't even him. It was her stepmom was in contact with Ken.
Right.
But so yeah, they were talking about that, and then they were asking Kane a lot of questions as well, just like what he does for work, stuff like that. And I did notice he talks a lot like this.
So you think
So
that
he's
got a little bit of a
I think
he's a little feminine.
Well, rumor has it that he's bisexual.
He's not gonna leave
That
Gypsy for Ryan, is he?
That,
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm a POS. Okay, go.
So yeah, rumor has it that he was with a man prior. So I don't know, but I feel like he's a little
feminine.
Suelta como gavete,
The thing is, like, she's in the limelight, and when you chose to be in the public eye, how are you going to lie when we have receipts? I'd rather have diabetes than liabilities. So it's like
so she needs to just forget about lying. Like, just like, yes,
tell
I did
the
it.
truth.
Who gives a fuck? It's my life. It's not yours. Moving on. Like, get over it. Like, nobody owes her nothing, and she don't owe nothing to nobody. So just put it out there. Like, don't sit there and like
just live your life.
Pile yourself over lies and lies to the point where
don't bullshit me.
You look like shit.
I've seen it.
Yeah. And then they also asked Ken, because remember there was like rumors that supposedly he broke up with her because of the limelight, because he didn't want to be in that. He didn't want to have all the attention. But now he's
all for it, doing podcasts.
He said that wasn't true. That wasn't true. That's what Gypsy said. Gypsy has said that in a podcast. That's where everything came from. When she was saying that's...
I know. He was saying something like,
but
I told her, if you love somebody, let them go. But it's like, why, though? Why did you want her to let you go? What was the reason, then, if it wasn't the limelight?
He was with a man. I think that... oh, wait. Actually, he said that some people kept telling him that he needed to let her kind of come out and live and stuff.
But she didn't. She jumped to somebody else, another relationship. Well,
they were telling him that for her, when she was going to come out, to let her live like in that moment and live, because things could change from like, them being together and she's behind bars to her being out, which that shit happened, but it happened the other way around.
Exactly.
But yeah, I saw the interview, and I was just like rolling my eyes the whole time, and I couldn't stop just looking at his hands when he was talking.
Like he was ready to vogue and shit.
Yeah. Like I was waiting for him to say, "Mama don't know daddy's getting high at the body shop, doing something unholy.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. You know what? We're in a mood today. And so, I find out, I'm a little upset about this news that
Okay.
the CDC says that McDonald's has an E. coli outbreak from September 27th to October 11th. There has been 49 cases, all linked to eating McDonald's quarter pounders.
Oh.
Leading to like 10 hospitalizations and 1 death. I don't have the states.
From E. coli?
Yes. I don't have the states with me, but it was 2 states primarily. I want to say it was like the Midwest. So McDonald's is, cooperating during the investigation. They don't know if it was the meat or the slivered onions, because the slivered onions are raw, fresh onions in the patties too.
And they could have cross-contaminated maybe?
They don't know what has the E. coli.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe the person had E. coli, went, wiped their ass, didn't wash their hands, and touched the food.
What I want to know is, why the quarter pounder? Like, I don't eat McDonald's that much. I know it looks like I do. I don't eat McDonald's that much. Yeah. Maybe like once a month, but when I do, it's the quarter pounder.
See, I haven't eaten McDonald's in a bit. Like, if I do eat it, I like to eat their either chicken sandwich
or nuggets.
Okay. Yeah, I stick to that because I have had times, because I used to love the double burgers, the what is it, double cheeseburger?
Or the McDoubles.
Yeah, I used to love those. But then one day I ended up getting sick. Like, I got the runs, and I was like, after that, I stopped eating it.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't dress up as Ronald today.
I've been wanting to do that.
Right?
Costume.
Ronald? I'll be Grimace. Let's do it.
But I wasn't trying to be like a regular Ronald. It was kind of like a creepy looking one.
Yeah, I've seen them on YouTube, like the creepy Ronalds. Yeah, so...
That sucks, McDonald's. It sucks that all these restaurants just be having all these jacked up things going on. Like, I remember a few years ago, it was like Wendy's. Well, not just Wendy's, but all restaurants with their tomatoes.
Yeah.
Where they stopped serving them because they had E. coli
or the
whatever.
boar's head with the listeria recently.
Yeah. I'm so upset about that. And, I have not eaten deli ham
I see it at the
or
deli.
Deli meats at all. I was so sad because before that outbreak happened, I want to say I had just went and bought a bunch of and I had to throw it all away.
Because we're not taking chances. We're not trying to get the listeria. No,
ma'am.
No.
Nope, not happening.
So let's talk about Liam Payne.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that because that is crazy. Now, do you think he really did jump off?
So... there's people that have seen videos on TikTok and they say that like he was trying to hold on to something. But then, there's the people at the hotel that said that he was on like cocaine or pink cocaine and he was irate. He was smashing his laptop in the lobby. They called the police on him before he jumped because of that.
So I listened to the 911 call and they called, but they weren't asking for the police to go. They were asking for an ambulance. For paramedics to come.
They knew it was clear that he was on drugs.
But my thing is, his girlfriend was out there with him, and she left like a few days before this happened.
Yeah, I think they like broke up or something like that.
I don't know what happened because she didn't speak about that or anything like that. But I don't know. I just find it weird that like a lot of the Diddy stuff and more people are coming out and then all of a sudden that happens to him. I feel
like maybe on top of having like a mental health crisis, maybe like extreme depression, and then you do drugs and you mix that up and that's like a lethal concoction where he wasn't in the right state of mind before he did drugs or during the drugs and led him to leap to his death.
I don't know. I just know that girl that I follow that she said about like Diddy and she was there, remember? Her name is Allie Carter.
Yep.
She spoke about that and she goes, you guys really think that he jumped?
Right. Or some people are saying he was pushed.
No. His dad went to the site. His dad went there, and his dad was standing going like this on where he fell. So if he was going backwards like this, is that how he fell? Is that what they're saying how he fell? Because it's weird.
I don't know. Somebody I know.
There's a lot going on.
Somebody I know has supposedly video footage. They're like, do you want to see it? And I'm like, absolutely not. I don't want to see it. But I could forward it to you if you want to take a look at it. It's from the people that were there, like, recording.
Yeah. So there, a lot of people say they have this, they have that, but it's like, what really happened?
Right.
And if someone did do it, they could have set him up where they bash things in the room, mess things up to make it look, set him up with drugs so it could look like he was taking drugs. Like,
Hopefully they do an autopsy to
they
see.
are. I heard that they did do an autopsy.
It's just so
And he
sad.
had like bruises and stuff in his like body and all that, but
Oh.
obviously he's going to because of the fall.
Right. 3 stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that was what, in Buenos Aires or something like
Yes,
that?
Argentina.
Super sad. I mean, I don't know exactly what happened. I wasn't there, but the fact that a 31-year-old talented and he had an 8-year-old son. You know, you don't hear about those things because when they're young and they're
No.
One Direction, they're kind of like, let's just keep you having a son quietly because,
Yeah.
we want the fan base. But
Yeah.
31 years old, he had so much life to live. I'm super sad about that. I didn't purposely know him because I feel like One Direction was like I was already too old. I listened to some of their songs, and of course everybody knows Harry Style because
Yeah.
but I wasn't familiar with him, but it doesn't
I
matter.
wasn't either. I knew about One Direction, but
Yeah.
it's because our niece Loli used to love them
Yeah.
when she was younger.
Yeah.
But I never knew like their names or anything like that.
Yeah. I know that they were on like America's Got Talent or something, and Simon Cowell was the one that like signed them.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's super sad. I didn't really know him, but I am a human being and I have compassion, and I wish that there was another way,
Yeah,
to
I
help
feel
him.
bad. That's so sad.
May he rest in peace.
He rest in peace, and my condolences to his dad and
His
his
son,
family, his
yes.
kids, like his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend. I don't know at this point because they said
Anybody
they broke up.
who knew
like,
and loved him.
yeah, and the fans.
Yeah.
Because for the fans, that's actually a loss, Like,
yeah. Because too, I guess he was doing solo music himself as well.
oh,
So
wow.
like there was not only just fans of One Direction, there were actually his fans as well.
And what's crazy is I was on TikTok, and hours before he died, there was fans putting up their videos because they had just met him.
Yeah,
Outside,
he was there doing
and he's
something
talking in Spanish and everything, and just like with them, and just like there was one guy hugging him saying, "You saved my life, you saved my life."
Oh my God, can you imagine
And
how
he's
this
like
man
hugging
feels?
him, and the kid had like the tattoo just like him on his arm, and they took pictures like that showing the tattoo. Like, it was like this the most beautiful moment, and sad at the same time.
Yeah.
Because now that kid that went up to him and said, "You saved my life," with songs, whatever it is that he is.
Can you imagine what went through that guy's mind or
when
how
he
he felt when
passed.
he passed?
Oh,
Yeah.
so sad.
He did make a positive impact on a lot of people's lives. Like I was reading in the fans and whatnot. Like I said, I don't know much about him, but I do know that he had a good following and that people thought highly of him.
Yeah. May he rest in peace again.
Yes.
So I was watching videos this weekend, and Nelson sent me something. He always sends me good shit. That I swear, like sometimes I want to bring him on here because he has like the best things that we talk about at home sometimes. And I'm like, damn it. I'm like, you need to bring that up so I could bring it up in the podcast. So he sent me this video, and it's this guy talking about his sister, and she went on a blind date.
Okay.
And so she went on this blind date or whatever. Then after that, she goes to the guy's house, and he's like, let's go to, after they have dinner or whatever it was or the movies. I can't remember the story straight because it was over the weekend. But anyways, they went on a date. After that, they went back to his place. And when they were at his place, he was like, "Oh, can I give you a massage?" And she's like, "Sure."
Damn, that's first date. I think I would be hesitant to go to somebody's house and get a massage, but go ahead.
So yeah, I know. So then he like starts massaging her and stuff, and she starts to feel a little funny, like
with the Diddy oil. Okay, go ahead. I like to interrupt this. My ADHD.
Not so much Diddy oil, but he starts massaging her and stuff, and she starts to feel weird, and she's just like, I'm gonna go. I gotta go. She's like, I can't. So he's like, I'm sorry, don't go. We won't do the massaging or anything like that. And she's like, no, I'm leaving. So she left, and when she went home, her skin was like burning.
What did he massage her with?
Burning,
acid?
and she went to the emergency. It was like itchy and burning. It was like so bad. She went to the emergency room, and when she went to the emergency room, they tested her skin to see what was on her skin. And when the results came back, he had put some kind of like chemical that you would put on someone's skin to eat it. to make it edible.
Was he prepping her to eat the Big Mac?
Yes, girl.
No. Mm-hmm. Oh, no.
Yes, I was mortified when I listened to that story.
He did not put liquid adobo all up in that back. No, I could not.
He was prepping her up so that he could eat her at this date.
Who comes up with these freaking things that you rub on skin to eat?
I don't know, but
that's weird.
The fact that they knew that and the fact that he has that's creepy as fuck.
He was seasoned in the big
I'm
bag.
so glad that I'm not single these days. I'm so glad, because that's scary. And if I was to ever end up single, I ain't dating nobody. No. Fuck that.
No, we could date through FaceTime.
Long distance relationships, and you're gonna be all the way out in China. I'm not. No,
I ain't coming to visit. That's scary. You know, we live in such a scary world that it's like, I don't know how single people do it.
No.
I'm so glad that I'm single. I'm not single and that I'm married. Because if I was single, like, this is a scary time to meet people.
It's creepy. When I was listening to that story, I got the heebie-jeebies. I was like, whoa. Like, why does something like that exist?
That's what I was saying. So we can prep your skin to eat it? I'm sorry, what?
So...
Is it made for animals? Like to make like cuero?
No.
Like chicharrón?
This world is fucked up. And I believe that there's like carnivores out there, and that's
they created it. Does he take like the big knife and go like this to make sure it's tostadita? That's nasty.
Yeah. I couldn't believe that.
Creep.
So I have a few like spooky little weird stories to tell. So I'm going to read this real quick. It's long, so bear with me, people. About 2 years ago, I was driving home from a family reunion pretty late at night, and the drive was about 2 hours. I didn't stay the night because I had to be back for work the following day. Most of the drive was on roads with dense bushes and trees on either side. The real creepy ones you see a lot in movies. Anyway, I had been driving about 45 minutes, and I was starting to get really tired. You know how sometimes you just suddenly become really tired out of nowhere? Well, yeah, that happened to me. I knew I wasn't going to last, but I didn't come across any place that I felt I could park and safely sleep. Anyway,
take a quick nap.
After it became clear to me that I wasn't going to find a place to pull up and my tiredness wasn't going away, I did something very questionable. I pulled over to the side of the road onto the grass behind some bushes to try and hide my car from anybody else who was going to come past. The roads weren't empty. I came across another car every few minutes or so. I made a mental note that the time was 11:22 and then fell asleep. And that's funny that it says that because that's my birthday and I always see that number. Sometime later, I was awoken by a scratching sound. I looked at the clock. It was 11:50. The sound stopped after a few seconds, and because I was still extremely tired, I didn't bother looking around and simply went back to sleep. I was later awoken by the same sound, and it was now 12:40. This time, it really freaked me out because the sound didn't stop. The thought ran across my mind that it was just an animal inspecting the car, but why would it return almost an hour after it had left the previous time? I looked in my rearview mirror and just managed to catch a glimpse of something running away into the forest. Now, at that time, I thought it was the damn hook killer. You know, the one that scratched the couple's car and then slaughtered the guy when he got out to investigate. Fuck that, I thought to myself. So I got the hell out of there. There was a bend no more than 100 yards up the road, and as I came around it, there was a fucking car parked off the side of the road with the driver's side door open. I slowed down just to look to see if anyone was in there. There wasn't. Then I looked in the rearview mirror. I didn't see anything, and all of a sudden, this guy comes sprinting around the corner. He starts screaming at me, shouting stuff like, "Hey, you! Get the fuck out of your car, now!" I noped the fuck out of there and sped off. I never saw this guy again. Moral of the story, don't fucking sleep on the side of a deserted road.
Oh, no. That's creepy.
That is so
So you think
scary.
it was that same guy making scratching noises, or you think it was like the
I feel like
chupacabra?
it was a setup. Like there was one guy in one place and then another one
Because
waiting
they
just in
wanted
case
her
they get
to
away.
get out, maybe to investigate the scratching
Or
and grab
another
her.
one waiting just in case they decided to drive off. So if they drive off and see that a car is like open door and someone might need help, they'll get out. So like, oh, do you need help? Or
That,
put down your window. Fuck that. That reminds me of that time that we were driving back from that wedding.
Yeah, my cousin Matt's wedding.
Oh my God.
That was creepy.
It was so creepy. And there was like this
foggy
road that was like dark and we were going through, there was no lights at all. And we're going through this road and all of a sudden some shit popped up with like glowing eyes or something. It was like a dog. I don't know what it was, but I started screaming. I'm like, go, go, go. I'm like, get out of here. It was horrible. It was so scary.
Super sus.
Yeah. It was so scary.
I think if I was ever tired, like say I was driving somewhere far, if I was ever tired and I felt like I couldn't stay awake or stop at a hotel, I would probably park somewhere like an ER parking lot to take a nap because there's lights and lots of cars. And
yeah. People, I'm telling you, there's some weird people out there. Like, no thank you. Can you just imagine, like, falling asleep and just hearing the...
No. But it's even creepier. Pulling up, like, on the side of a road, like, hiding your car. Like, it's...
Yeah. But I think he did it because he wanted to, like...
Oh, it was a guy.
Oh, I don't know who it was. But I think they did it because they wanted to, like, just get a little bit of a snooze and not someone pass by and see them in the car, like...
Yeah, they weren't there very long. Like an hour and some change. An hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah. There was another one that was like so good and I was like, oh, I gotta read this one. I work at a cafe in downtown. Quite a few homeless shelters in range and a huge drug problem. One day I'm working behind the bar and this redhead kid, probably in his early 20s, sits down in our seating area and starts chanting shit under his breath. After a minute or two, he starts moving his hands around like he's casting a spell. He then gets up, starts yelling and disturbing everyone. I walk over to him and tell him he needs to leave for the day. Dude looks at me straight in the eye and says, "This is all a giant game. I'll fucking kill you with one finger." At this point, whatever. I get death threats a lot down here. No biggie. Shoot him on his way and that's that. Fast forward to when we were closing up around 9 p.m. Not technically night shift, but it gets dark up here, so it counts. I lock the doors and start heading to the parking garage my car is in. It's probably about 6 blocks away. No big deal. Winter up here is insanely dark, so it's already pretty creepy in downtown. About a block or two of walking and I hear this hissing noise. I freak the fuck out because I can't see anyone around. I pick up the pace a bit, then I hear hurried footsteps in the snow behind me. Fuck that. I booked it to the staircase for the garage because I wasn't going to wait for the elevator. I'm about a staircase up and I hear the door I just went through slam shut. I finally make it to my car, get in as fast as possible. I look around and lo and behold, there's the redhead from earlier. Only this time, he's fucking furious. He sees me in my car and books it full speed and starts hitting my window screaming, "I'm going to fucking kill you." I door checked him and drove the fuck away. Called the cops the next morning and they found the dude. Apparently, he thinks he's in the Illuminati and completely corroborated my story to the police. Small jail time and one restraining order later, never seen him again. Shit like this happens a lot.
No, that's scary because what would he have done if he physically got a hold of her? If he's that insane in his mind,
that's scary.
Like, I don't think he was going to scare her. Like, if he's running up to her car and banging on her windows, like,
yeah,
she's lucky. She's lucky.
She's very lucky.
Well, I mean, I have a story.
Go ahead.
Probably like 10, 11 years ago.
Okay.
It was nighttime. You and I had gone somewhere. I dropped you off.
Oh, yeah.
I dropped you off at your apartment. I don't know where we went. Maybe bowling or something.
We had gone bowling that night, yeah.
But it was later. It was like 9, 10 o'clock.
We went bowling. No, it was later than that. We went bowling and we ended up bowling at like midnight. Maybe we went bowling at like 10 o'clock at night and we bowled till midnight.
Okay, but I think that's a different... It could have been that. I'm not sure where we were. Maybe we were watching that movie premiere.
No, I
Okay.
want to say it was bowling.
Well, anyhow, I had dropped you off. I was
Yeah.
a couple blocks from your house, and I'm at the light. I'm at the red light, just chilling in my Dodge minivan, my caravan, right? And
The
somebody,
shag wagon.
somebody pulls up at the light and beeps the horn, and I look over and it's dark, and they waved hi, and I kind of like didn't know like if they knew me or anything. I'm just kind of like, I'm driving, and at the next stoplight, they're opening their window and they're beeping and kind of like blowing kisses. It was like an older person. No, not older. Okay, at the time I was in my 30s. They looked like they were like maybe 50, older than me.
Okay.
So I ignore him. I can see in the corner of my eye and my peripheral that he put the window down and he's beeping. And it's not just a beep.
Trying
It's
to get
kind
your
of, yeah.
attention.
So I ignore him. And you know how many lights there are on State Street?
Oh my God, yeah.
And he proceeded to do it. Finally, I'm like, it's late. I'm not going to get in trouble. Like, he kept following me at my pace. He was driving at my pace to keep looking over at me and beeping.
Oh, hell no.
I freaking booked it. Like, when I tell you that I was driving like 80 or 90 down State Street, he was hot on my trail. Like, he was following me. I started turning down side streets because I was scared. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want him to know where I live.
Yeah.
And he made every single turn that I made. Finally, I'm like going 90. I get to my mom's, the driveway where I was staying at her house, and I know he was still on the street.
Yeah.
Right? But I was far enough away from him where I just kept cutting. I shut the car off, the lights and everything, and I put my seat back and I laid down, like, so he wouldn't think that I was in my car or that was my car.
Yeah.
Because he's looking for lights.
Yeah.
And then, like, I seen him driving by slow. I could tell the light as I'm laying there. And once he drove by and I see him took the corner, I got out of the freaking car and I booked it into the house. That was so scary. That somebody is going to stop at no avail to get your attention and follow you at high speeds. That was creepy. That's
so
one thing
creepy.
that I'll never forget.
That's very creepy. You know what's crazy? On State Street, I have a friend that one time she was out, at the clubs or whatever, and she was going down State Street to go home, most likely. It was already like 2 a.m, probably. And she's at a light, and her doors weren't locked, and some guy legit, like, opened the door to her car. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
my God.
Or didn't open it. She didn't have it locked, and he was, like, trying to open the door, and she, like, locked it before he got to her. And he's, like, really trying to get in her car. Like, that's fucking
How
creepy
about
as
my
fuck.
cousin that picked up a grinder and got in her car and somebody was in the back seat and came from behind trying to drag her to the back?
That is so creepy.
Yeah. I'm telling you guys.
So creepy.
Keep your head on a swivel at all times because you cannot trust anybody.
No, you cannot.
And not just today.
And don't go out alone.
Right.
Do not go out alone. I feel like in these times, you cannot. There's no. It's in fucking broad daylight and shit happens. Like,
no, it's true.
It's crazy. It's creepy as fuck. But I wanted to say, like, scary stories of, like, scary stuff, but these are scary because it's like people
reality.
Scary. Yeah,
it's reality. It's not fiction.
Right. And I just thought that they were so interesting, especially since I talked about, like, the girl going on that date and getting rubbed down with some weird shit. It was a different kind of Diddy oil. It wasn't.
it was adobo oil. He was seasoning it. That's scary.
So yeah. So we didn't talk about what we dressed as today.
Well, today was a little bit of a low key type
day.
Yeah.
Like, we wanted to go all out, but it was just like, I feel like time for us lately has just not been working with us.
No, we're so busy as moms.
Yeah, and I feel like the days are just going by so fast.
It really is.
Like, it goes so fast. The next thing I know, she's texting me. She's like, hey, what are we getting? I'm like, I don't know.
I was like, cool, we're getting our face painted. So today, with this beautiful $7 leopard bata that my sister bought me from Walmart, I am a leopard.
And I am a clown.
Isn't she cute? I love the cut crease. I can see it through the blue.
Oh, thank you.
Pretty. People are probably on there like, what's a cut crease? Look it up. Troubled Beauty.
Except for this one's a half cut crease.
I like it.
But yeah, I felt so rusty while doing the makeup though, because it's been a while since I've done a cut crease and any kind of cut crease.
I wonder if they could even see my spots on the camera.
Yeah, you can. We can't see it because our little viewfinder is so small. But when I go like to check the camera and stuff, yeah, you can see it. So with Diddy, you know that there's the new accusation that it's a girl, and she talks about how one time she was out with, I forgot the guy's name, but she met him at like some club or some shit, and then he's like trying to show off, like, yeah, I got Diddy, like he's talking to Diddy, and she's like, oh, I don't like Diddy because I feel like he has something to do with Tupac's death.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess when she said that, he was like, what'd she say? And I guess he told her that she was gonna pay for that, for saying that. And so shortly after, like, she kept talking to the guy, and he texted her one day asking her to, if she can come by to like help him with his medication, cancer medication, because he was weak and he was
this
having
is
a hard
somebody
time.
she knew.
Yeah, and that knows Diddy.
Oh, Diddy was there. He set her up.
Is exactly what happened. So she showed up and whatever, and then the guy was like, oh, let's go for a ride or whatever. And then she found it funny because she was like, oh, he was like almost dying, and now he's gonna want to go for a ride.
But was this a friend of hers that she trusted?
I'm assuming so, because she went to...
Maybe they threatened him and like, you better do this.
Probably. So then, when they come back, he like goes inside the house or whatever, and but he leaves the door open, like not locked or closed, and she found it kind of weird. And shortly after, who walks in?
Diddy.
He walks in and he told her, like, pretty much that he threatens her. I guess he put a knife up to her face and said that for her saying that he would, like, he could kill her, or even like pretty much
damage her face,
pretty much give her that smile that goes from like
the one you have right now, a smile. Joker smile, right?
Yeah, give her that smile. And I guess from there, she says, like, in the description, it says, like, they squirted, like, something into her, like, vagina and everything, and...
This changed real quick.
Like, I'm going straight to the point. Like, there's so much more info. Like, you can go look it up if you guys want. There's plenty of videos that cover it and talk about it.
Is this going to court?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, the whole story is out there.
Oh, wow.
And so, when he did that, she realized that it wasn't, like, she thought it was acid that they were throwing on her body and her vagina and everything, but it was baby oil. And then I guess they were trying to insert an IUD.
So she wouldn't get pregnant?
But I don't fucking know. But I guess that failed. And because it failed, he was getting, like, pissed off. So he took a remote control for the TV and... Yeah. Yeah.
What a sicko. I cannot
stuffed that
wait.
into her.
When is this happening? And when is it?
May.
I cannot wait. May
5th,
cannot come fast enough. Cinco de Mayo. We're gonna have some
May 5th
drinks.
or May 3rd. One of the two.
Either way, we're gonna have some Cinco de Mayo drinks.
Some chips and salsa and some fucking motherfucking drinks.
Chips and salsa.
Hey, guacamole. But when I was like reading like the whole like story, I was like, what? I was like, that is disturbing that he did that.
Diddy is disturbing. Just the idea of him. I can't get that Krika face out of my mind when he was doing the apology. And he tried to have that sad little pout.
Fake ass apology.
Oh my God, that was so stupid.
But yeah, like the story is crazy. Her story of like everything that went down and how she ended up going to the hospital and everything to get like... So she was pretty much raped. After all that, she was raped by him and everybody pretty much there.
Wow.
And she said that also she's suing his assistant or his manager, which I think her name is like Christy or some shit, because she also was involved.
Diddy's going down.
Oh, he's going down big time.
I'm going to be happy to watch it.
What pisses me off is that right now there's some accusations against other celebrities. But because they're just accusations, they have a thing where they're asking for their identity to not be released.
Yeah, the Jane Does and the John Does are coming.
Which I don't like that. It's a bunch of Jane Does and John Does.
Yep.
And I don't like that. Fucking put it out there. Why? Because now, are they going to just leave it as Jane Doe and John Doe even if they are guilty?
No, I think like... Do you think some people are just trying to protect their identity? Because like Diddy's locked up, but his crew isn't.
Yeah. And they're still doing shit out there.
Exactly.
I
would still
that
be
girl,
afraid.
Allie Carter, she's on the run. Like, she doesn't stay in one place. She's constantly moving. Like, she'll stay somewhere. They sleep in the car because she's one of them. She has her affidavit. She showed everybody. She's like, I filed, and she's like, I'm not staying still.
You know, they should have like protective services for the people that are like going to court for his
At this
cases.
point, she doesn't trust anyone.
Yeah.
Like this girl that was telling you the story, she even says she went to the cop and told the cop, but the cop did nothing. So she feels like that cop was corrupt.
Just like they say there was a lot of cups. Okay. Just like they said there was a lot of cops that were corrupted in the Jeffrey Epstein stuff too.
Yes. And that shit went silent.
Yeah.
That shit went silent.
Like who's on that list? We're still waiting.
There's a lot of people on the list, just like Diddy parties. But, it's the same thing. But
yeah.
But we gotta
figure out who's on the naughty list and
right.
who's on the regular humanitarian other business list. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Like, it's so sad that, first of all, that trial has already gone through and we haven't heard shit. Mm-hmm. And yeah, Maxwell, whatever her name is
Ghislaine.
What is her?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Whatever. I'm gonna call her Maxwell because
she's an accomplice.
Yeah, she's doing time, but it's like, spill the beans, bitch. You already behind bars,
right? Because you're the co-host to his pornographic podcast, and we want to know.
That's bitch. Right. That's right. The fuck.
Nobody feels sorry for you.
And all the victims, like they're keeping them quiet. Yeah. Mm-mm. It's like, let them talk. If I was a victim, I'd be fucking talking. Mm-hmm. I'm like, fuck the court. They're not gonna do shit. Because look how quiet it's been. Mm-hmm. I feel like these poor victims...
I would be like, keep me as Jane Doe until the trial. When the trial comes, then you announce my name. And I'm like, I'm here. I'm here to set the record straight. And I'm here to tell my story. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm fine with them doing Jane Does and John Does for, like, victims. Right. But when it comes to someone who is being put out as an accomplice or that there's accusations against that person, I don't think they should be able to be a John Doe, Jane Doe. When it happens to a regular person, they don't put John Doe at the court.
It's true. And then, like, are these people going to be afraid after the trial? Because, like I said, his posse is still out there.
He has people out in the streets still. Yeah. And the thing is, it's not just his posse. This thing is so big.
It is.
Like, people thought that R. Kelly was like a big production. That was nothing. That was nothing.
Diddy was the mastermind.
Shit, yeah. You know, besides and the thing is, Diddy ain't the only one. There's still someone else out there, I'm sure, that hasn't gotten caught, that's running something huge as well. But between the Epstein and Diddy, these are two big ones that
huge.
Yeah.
A lot of people involved.
There's so much.
It's like power, government. A lot of power, a lot of money, a lot of,
But they don't want to put it out there.
Right.
And if there is proof, put it out there. Right. Like, I feel like if there's the proof, put it out there. There's just nothing. Like, what can the person say when the proof is shown?
Everything you do in the dark comes to light.
Yeah.
So.
I just feel like ever since O.J. Simpson, like, kind of got out of his thing, I feel like a lot of people have that hope, and that's why they do that now.
Yeah, well,
and he's trying to push for the court day. He wanted to push it for as soon as it can be done.
Yeah, because he thinks he's gonna get off.
Because he feels like O.J. Simpson, his trial, he pushed for it to be quick. So because it was quick,
it didn't linger.
Anything that came up after the fact, they couldn't use it against him.
Right.
And that's what Diddy wants.
Right. No, we're gonna wait to May. We're gonna patiently wait.
Yep.
I can't wait, but I'm gonna patiently wait.
Me too. Me too. I can't wait. I still wish they would fucking film that shit.
I just, it's like a pregnancy. Like, like Diddy's pregnant and we're waiting 9 months to find out.
Like, guys, I be checking the news every day to see if anything new pops up. And Allie Carter, like, her name is something else on Instagram. I have her as something XO. And I follow her. And she did one last video not too long ago. And she was like, I don't know if this video is going to stay up, but if anything, just screen record this. And she's just talking. And she's saying, she's like, there's going to be another arrest, you guys. She's like, prepare yourselves, buckle up. She goes, because these arrests are going to change the way you guys see things. She's like, the people that are going to be arrested, you guys are going to see things so differently.
And it's like, at this point, are we going to be shocked? We're so, like, desensitized these days where it's kind of like, if this happened, anything can happen. It's like,
I feel like I would still be shocked just because it's like, damn. Like, really? really, I wouldn't have thought that from them. But there is some people that I do like that people put on a list, and I'm like, I could see that.
But then there's other people you're like, no way. They were just there for cocktail hour. They were not involved.
Yeah. Like, they were saying how Drake, there was like a warrant for his arrest.
Oh, well.
There was a rumor. I don't know if it's true that there's 7 warrants for arrest. So supposedly Beyonce, Jay-Z, it was on that list. Drake.
Where did you see this though?
Nelson sent it to me. It was TikTok.
Because TikTok,
but like I said, it's
alleged.
That's what I'm saying.
Allegedly,
it's rumored.
Yeah,
rumors. But I don't know. But I was like, and everyone keeps talking about Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
They keep bringing them up.
You know who I hope is not involved in any of that? Snoop Dogg, because I love Snoop.
Me too.
I hope and pray that he is not involved.
Or even
in
Martha Stewart.
Oh,
she did
man.
her jail time.
She did, because she was doing child labor back in another country.
Yeah. But if she did child labor, what else did she do that's child and
I think she
related?
I think at that point in her life, she was just trying to keep costs down, and she didn't care. She did whatever she needed to do.
I don't blame her. She's
but she
hard
owned
out
up
there.
to it.
She did.
She was here last January at the bird show. You know that place where I went to the chicken show?
Yeah.
She was there the day before.
Oh, yeah,
I
she
went.
loves turkeys.
She was buying turkeys.
Turkeys and
turkeys.
peacocks.
She was buying turkeys, and she was just. I mean, she had somebody else there with her. It was probably like private security.
Mm-hmm.
But she was just chill. She didn't act like she was Martha Stewart. She's
That's
just walking
awesome.
around looking at turkeys. I'm like, damn.
Aww. I would love to.
I would have
meet
been like,
her.
hi, Martha. How's Snoop? You know what I mean? I love Snoop.
But she was on the list of the Diddy party stuff.
Oh my god!
Like if you when Nelson was here with me, the episode that we talked about like who was on the lists, I was like she was over there giving them the new linens and stuff for the beds.
You know what? We need to end this episode because I don't like where it's going. Because, you know, it's funny that you mentioned that. You know what? It's creepy that you mentioned that because I was at Macy's today. My mom, you know, she wanted to get a new pillow. The one she had wasn't working anymore. And I'm looking at the linens, and I was looking at Martha Stewart line linens, and here you are saying some nasty comment.
She's like, "Oh, what's the stains? Baby oil? I have something that will not get ruined from the baby oil."
You're wrong for that. You are wrong for that.
Don't
if
you
I
worry.
see her at the poultry show, I'm telling her. I'm going to show up. I'm going to bring up the phone on this episode. Like, Martha, look what my sister said about
It's
you.
all love, Martha. All love.
Yeah.
I really hope she's not involved. I don't think she is. I think she's gone to the parties. I don't think she was like involved.
She wasn't involved in the parties.
Yeah, in the afty. So she wasn't in the backyard laying on the giant bed. Kanye tried to tell us in his video.
Kanye, but he's crazy. He's not on medication. He's bipolar.
Well,
Kanye
isn't that he's
was telling the
crazy?
truth.
That man was angry.
Right, but he was telling the truth.
He was. And now he's like so quiet.
That
they keep saying like the Kanye you see now, that's not him, that it's a clone.
Oh God.
That's what they say. I'm serious.
Okay. It's a doppelganger Kanye.
They say it's a clone because the other Kanye was evil Kim got him put away, and who knows what happened to him.
There's no clone that's gonna replicate that man.
It's known that there's clones of celebrities. They're even saying that about Christina Aguilera. And I was like, oh my gosh, she looks so fucking bomb. Her body looks amazing. She looks so young.
Because that one's 20 years old because they had cloned her.
Yeah, because she looks so young. Like she aged backwards. Like, have you seen her?
Yeah, but there's surgeries that they make you age backwards.
Speaking of aging backwards, I read this article recently that there is a new, so you know how there's like Ozempic for losing weight?
The semaglutides.
So
Wegovy.
So there's something like that, but it's
a pill.
No, it's an injection. Something like that is to slow down the aging process.
Sign me up.
Me too.
Sign me up.
Me too. I was telling my kids about it, and they're like, yeah, but you should wait and see before you go because, like, you know, we don't know if there's any, like, anything wrong with it. Let a few people get it done first. I'm like, how do you think these celebrities are looking so fucking young?
But let me make this clear. I don't mind aging. To me, it's not so much about looking young. I want to feel young.
So
I want to feel
listen.
younger.
So it says that if you get this treatment, I believe it's like you have to do 10
shots, injections,
vials. Yeah, vials. And your bones, like achy bones, no more.
Ooh.
Like fine lines start to diminish.
This all sounds like the fountain of youth.
It sure does. Like, I was so excited and I was looking into it, but I think that it's probably only going to be available in like these high ends, like, you know,
for a
dermatologist
long time.
maybe, or doctor.
We'll see it in 10 years.
So I feel like Hollywood is going to have like it first, or they already probably have it for all we know, because they're the ones that started the Ozempic shit, and then, you know, everyone else heard about it, and then us other people got to it. But
now all Hollywood does is Ozempic shame. They're like, oh, you know, Kelly Clarkson's on Ozempic, Christina Aguilera's on Ozempic. It's like, you know what, let them be.
Yeah, let them be. If it makes them happy,
right.
Shit, if I could get Ozempic, I probably would have been on it.
Shit, I got Ozempic and I was a non-responder for the weight loss, but I'm still not hating. You know what I mean?
And then there's some people where Ozempic is not for them, like Macy Gray. When I was saying how she just like
she saw the Ozempic, she was like, I try to say goodbye and I choke, try to walk away and I stumble.
Oh, I love her voice. Yeah. I'm so sad that she like that it was like a one-hit wonder.
She had other good songs.
But that one right there was like,
was the best.
I would get up in the morning to get ready for school and that shit would be playing and I'm like,
this is a certain groove that just goes through you.
I loved that song. And like I remember people like, her voice is so weird. I'm like, I love her voice.
God, I love those distinct raspy voices. Me too. Love them.
I love me some raspy voices as well. When Magdalena comes out, my raspiness comes out.
Yep. Once you're like screaming over the music and then your voice gets all raspy.
Yeah. Yep. That's how you know she's here. That is my drunk person
alter ego
persona or alter ego. And I just came up with her one day. It was Good Friday Eve.
Señor reprenda.
And that's when she came about.
Yep.
Thanks to Culitos Wine.
Oh my God. This alter ego has been brought to you by Culitos Wine.
I fucking love that wine. And oh yeah, I was a big like fan. I was telling everybody about that shit. Like I was like, oh, have you tried it? And they're like, no. But the thing is, you have to get the right one. Because there's different Culitos wines, but my favorite was a Moscato Rose. If it's not Moscato Rose,
too sweet.
Gross. You don't like it?
Moscato's too sweet for me.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah. It's so good. And the thing is that I also drink it with ice because I like my shit cold. You're not supposed to like drink wine with ice.
I don't drink red wine with ice, but like I have in the past with white wine or rosé.
Yeah, it just tastes so much better, right? It's
cool
so
and crisp. We need to go wine tasting. Like let's end this episode and let's make plans. Seriously.
In the winter, go wine tasting. We're gonna be freezing our asses off.
We'd go inside and wine taste.
But I want to go somewhere where it has like a nice
vineyard. Okay, then we go to another state on a flight on a plane.
Okay. We're doing it.
All right.
We're gonna do it. We're doing it. Let's do it. Do it. Do it. So I did get an MRI done of my brain.
Okay, and what's your brain looking like?
Normal.
Good. Well, that's good.
I got no fucking answers. I went to the physical therapy and stuff, and nothing has worked to get rid of my vertigo.
So it's nerves.
It is my nerve.
It's a nerve condition. You got fibro?
No.
Fibromyalgia.
Yeah, but this is different. This is like a pinched nerve.
Oh.
And I start to feel it now because like sometimes like if I'm doing like my makeup, that's why I don't do a wing liner these days, because if I'm going like this, all of a sudden like I kind of like I get stuck. It's so
like
weird.
A twitch, like a
yeah. I don't like it. But we're trying to figure it out. So everything has been negative so far, so that's good.
It's a blessing that your brain is good. It sucks that you don't have answers, but
what I have learned though is when they do like a lot of these scanning or imaging, they only tell you a result for what specifically you're going for.
Right.
So that's why I like that my doctor, like now I have a portal and I can go see the results because Had I not checked my results for when I got the CAT scan, I would have never known that I had an inguinal hernia. I would have never known about diverticulitis. Like, why don't they just tell you everything they see?
Why don't everybody once a year just go for a full body scan?
Speaking of which,
oh boy, go ahead.
There's a place that people go to. I want to say is like, maybe it's Argentina. I can't remember. But you go there, you pay $300 and something, $70, and you get a full checkup. I'm talking about dental, gynecology, blood work, scans, everything. You get everything from head to toe checkup.
That's awesome.
And
for that good price.
Yeah, this girl did it, and she traveled out there, and it took the whole day. Like, she took breaks and went to eat and stuff, and then went back, and she's like, got my gynecology, got this done, got this blood work. I was just like, damn. I'm like, that's a lot. She even saw a dermatologist.
That's good. Get all that done in one day.
Yeah. I was like, damn. I was like, if I go out there, I'm going to be there for 2 days. I'm like, I got to get the mammogram.
Yep. She'll be like, second time, same as the first. I got a mammogram next week.
You do?
I go yearly. Yeah.
I do. I have to go too. Ever since I got a clip on my left one, which is weird because that wasn't even the one that was bothering me.
Oh, what you packing? You got a clip?
Got a clip.
Okay, it's getting late.
But all right, you guys, we are gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and don't forget to hit like, subscribe. Make sure you like and rate on Spotify. And
my friends, vaya con Dios.
And we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.